In this episode, make your writing dreams come true by writing with me every weekend. I'll show you how and why it makes sense to devote an hour or an afternoon to your writing practice every weekend. I'm Suzanne, Alyssa, Andrew, and this is Stardust and Courage, the podcast where we use writing, curiosity, and imagination to see beyond challenges and make life more meaningful. It's mindful writing to go deeper, grow, and imagine. And I'm so happy that you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. One of the biggest problems my writers have that they complain to me about all the time that we find solutions for is how to make time to write. Everybody's so busy, our schedules are so packed, and there's so many distractions. And it's not really rocket science, but it does take regular action and commitment to sustain a writing practice, especially if you're working on a larger project like a book. But something you should know that is really encouraging for a lot of writers to hear is that you don't have to write every day. Even Elizabeth Gilbert admits in interviews that she doesn't necessarily write every day. I write most days in my journal when I get up in the morning, and I've spent my career writing, editing, story directing, coaching, and teaching on my weekdays. Sometimes that leaves me with precious little time for my book projects. So I'm like you and many of my writers in that regard. It always comes down to the time. But I wrote my first novel on Saturdays. And my second and third books were mostly developed in a writing group that met on Fridays. So I have firsthand experience proving that you can write the books of your dreams on weekends. It really does work. The secret of it is to set boundaries with others and yourself. You're going to have to start making calendar appointments with yourself and showing up for your writing. It's important to set a weekly, reoccurring appointment in your calendar and show up to the page at the time that you need to. So this might look like showing up to the page every Friday afternoon, showing up to the page every Saturday morning for 2 hours, showing up to the page every Sunday evening. And you'll be amazed how much you can accomplish in that time. Now, if you need accountability for these appointments that you're making for yourself, consider a book coaching with me. Accountability is one of the ways that book coaching really helps people. You get a sense that you're not doing this all on your own, and somebody's waiting for your pages every week. If you want to find out more about making time to write, I have a free guide on my website, and I'll provide the link to that in the show notes. For now, I'm going to lead you through a writing preparation and guided imagination activation that you can use to get into the mindset for your writing practice whenever you have time to write. Are you ready? Let's go. Let's look around and notice 3 colors. I see orange, lots of green, and some interesting shades of blue. Relax your shoulders, feel your body, feel your feet on the ground. You might want to wrap your arms in a little self-hug to feel super comfortable within your body. If you're not driving or at the gym or doing busy work while you're listening to this podcast, close your eyes. If you are doing busy work, just imagine in your mind's eye as we go through this visualization. Imagine a truck. It could be a pickup truck, a cargo truck, a massive truck, a little truck. Just imagine a truck in your mind's eye. Now imagine helper fairies, guides, or movers moving all your worries and stresses from the week temporarily onto the truck. Your worries might be in boxes, they might be in shipping containers, maybe they're in plastic containers, but they're boxed up and they're going onto the truck. Now you can see all your worries stacked up on the truck. And now one of your helper fairies, guides, or the movers closes the truck door. All your worries are safely stashed in the truck. You can find them and unpack them again later. But for now, you're free of all your worries and stresses. Breathe into the open space to write, where you're free to write and create and imagine. One question that you might want to consider today, or for your writing practice this week, is what do you always want to remember? What do you always want to remember? Think of your memories, ideas, and experiences. Something you always want to remember. And what are the smells and the visuals? What do you see when you think of this? What do you hear? What do you taste? What are the textures of it? How do you feel? Remembering the feeling state of this memory is really important. It can help make writing about it so vivid on the page. When you're ready, open your eyes, come back into the room gently and gradually. When you have a chance, grab a piece of paper or a notebook and write down this thing that you always wanted to remember. And all of the sounds and smells and visuals and textures, tastes and flavors that you thought of in our visualization. This could be something with a lot of energy you could write about today or another day this week in your writing time or on the weekend. Incorporate the flavor and feeling of it into your writing. And experiment with form. Try prose, verse, fiction, a story, a letter, a poem, a play, a scene, or a song. Have fun writing this weekend. And remember to download your free guide on how to make time to write. The link is in the show notes. I hope you subscribe to this podcast to write with me and imagine with me every week. And if you enjoy this podcast, please be sure to share it with a friend. I'm sending you all the stardust and courage.